We on?
Yeah, we are.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever in-person Sunday morning sumo show. Ignoring all the Rollertown stuff we do, we are here to talk about what is it, Natsu? I've already
Uh,
lost my place.
no, it is the
Hatsu.
Haru. It's the May,
It's
the May
Bar
sumo
show.
tournament.
I'm considered an authority on this sport, man. It's been an interesting one. There's a lot going on in sumo. There's a lot to look forward to, and there's a lot of depression to get on, as always, because ain't that sumo, baby.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't have a Banzuke to look through. I'm kind of running off of you, but to me, the most interesting thing that happened, this Banzuke did happen, Fujiroga at M17.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Fujiroga stays in place at M17, getting 7 wins, 8 losses. We kind of thought that he would fall out of M17 because we didn't think there would be an M17, but there is, and he's still in.
No, we kept it, whatever that was. He, at 7 and 8, I believe, he just fell short and was looking nervous. Blessed by the Banzuke, it happens. I'm looking forward to seeing Fujiroga again. There is a lot of potential there. He was one of these next big things, barn blazing through the lower ranks, and then found his ceiling in top division. Which, to be fair, is a pretty good ceiling to have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's still like a question of how much he can grow because he's still very, very new to the sport. The May tournament is going to be his 8th professional career tournament. So very fast riser. We're going to see how he can handle it.
Speaking of lower rank guys, I know I don't care about Juryo, but this one is worth pointing out because the people do love Enho.
Right.
Enho back to Juryo 10 after a 6-1, I believe. He fell short of the Yusho again, maybe a 5-2. It's been a while. I don't pay attention to Makushita anyway. Gets his Elder Stock spot. Probably gets to open up Miyagano with Ishiura.
Yep.
A lot of good things happening forward in sumo. Everyone's happy that Enho is back, and I couldn't be more happy for him either. But back to the shit we care about, JJ.
Up next, in M16 West, we have Ryuden, the dude, making a comeback from Juryo.
I used to like him. I never liked him. I used to like his sumo because he had that level of never give up, but he was also huge at like 6'3" and just killer. But he's just hurt. He's old. He's just not the wrestler he used to be. He's fallen apart. Last time he was in Juryo, which was this time, but the time before that, he went 8-7 at Juryo 1.
Yeah.
Ryuden was a Konosubi. Ryuden should be doing so much better than that.
Much
it's like
better.
I just don't get why he would do that. It's like his time's up and he might be floating back to Juryo this bar show because there is some killer talent. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I think you're exactly right. The main thing that we need to keep in mind for guys like Ryuden is the fact that it's about age. He's getting to that point where he can't keep up. The young guys are, as Goose said, strong, healthy, and hungry for wins. Speaking of, we have Waka no Sho, also at M16 East.
Who's that?
New guy from Juryo.
I don't know that name.
Me neither. I know nothing about this guy. I think he's from... No, he's Minatogawa, which is...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, is that... No, it's not Arashio, so it's not Wakataka Kage's stable.
Sounds familiar though.
Yeah.
Minatogawa, definitely one of the higher ranking stables. Juryo guy, I don't know shit about him. I'm happy to learn about him. As always, it's just fun to see new guys and learn whether or not they're caring about it. Last time that happened was Waka no Fuji.
Moving on then from M16, we have Oshoumi picking up M15 West.
Coming off losses, I believe, to drop down there.
Yeah, heavy losses too, double digit, I think.
Oshoumi never really impressed me.
Yeah.
Few of these just kind of here middle rank guys that just aren't really entertaining all that well. You know?
No, it's disappointing.
Yeah, like it's the just kind of here curse. Like you're in the pinnacle of the sport and you're falling short. And to be fair, to be able to fall short at the pinnacle of the sport is a big deal. But as far as entertainment goes, I don't know. It's Oshoumi.
Yeah, he's not the most thrilling guy to watch. He's not the most exciting, not the most skilled. He's just kind of there.
Potential late fantasy pick, though, so he could do quite well down here. He's not that bad.
Speaking of guys that could do quite well down here, though, we have Tobizaru at M15. That's disappointing. Only
you got a lot more faith than I do, man.
Dude, 4 guys underneath him before Juryo. If he loses this tournament, he could be out.
Yeah, it's my predictions for Tobizaru, I'll say this every bar show, fell through. He's not the 14-time Konosubi. Injury has plagued him, though. It's not exactly a skill issue, but injury comes for us all.
Yep.
Tobizaro in the 30-plus club and sumo, and just we are seeing such a changing of the guard. We already are in a new era. We have two new Yokozuna, and just a lot of the hanger-ons are starting to fall off and not hang on as much.
Speaking of hanger-on as well, we've got another guy who's just kind of here. Maybe not so much, because this is around the ranks where he's comfortable, but we have M14 West Roga.
Roga.
Yeah.
Roga. He's my new Suragisho, man. I'm happy he's here. Coming off of 5'10", I believe.
Yeah, 5'10".
Should be pretty comfortable down here. I'm not saying potential double digits, but there is the possibility.
I'd see a 9'6". I could see a 9'6".
He's versing some Jurio guys. He's definitely better than Jurio guys these days.
Yeah.
Definitely said to have a comfortable little basho and move back up the rankings to where he belongs to get tested again.
The only thing that I guess is important to pay attention to for Roga is the knee injuries, right? He has, like a lot of the guys from Futogayama stable, like he's got serious injuries.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't spring up this time as much as otherwise, but another guy at the same rank who has a lot of injuries that may or may not be impacting his sumo, Mitake Yumi, former Ozeki. M14.
And can he just retire already so I stop after living this nightmare?
It would, I think, honestly be better.
He's a massive reason why I fell into sumo. It's like such a Cinderella story, and now it's just, it all fell apart with the Ozeki promotion, sadly. And here at M14, you would think, oh, well, he should do really well, but I've said that for 2 years now, and it's Mitake Yumi. Maybe he'll pop off. He still has the potential. He doesn't look as injured anymore, but it's slowly fading away, Mitake Yumi.
Yeah, I definitely don't see him as a guy that's going to potentially pop off, do double digits ever again, really.
Nah.
That said, a guy who absolutely could pop off, get double digits again, Tamawashi. Near the bottom of the division, M13.
You never know. He came off a bad one for that, didn't he?
Yeah. I think another double-digit loss, 11 or 12 losses.
I don't think it was the 12. He's only ever pulled it off once. It was a 213 that I might be thinking of.
Right.
But, yeah, I have. Oh, it's been a while. I have to remember. Should absolutely clean up house here. He's definitely better than a lot of these guys around him. And his Tamawashi, man, as long as he's there, I'm happy.
Absolutely. No, he's one of those guys that's
creeping up to 42 this year, I believe, if not 41.
He is 42.
He's 42, goodness gracious. 42. If not, he's close. So yeah, always happy to see Tamawashi going at it. A favorite of Ron's, because we love to see the old fella still hanging on.
This one, I know you have very mixed feelings about this wrestler, mostly because of the way his brother performs when he's in the division. Kotoeho.
I don't know enough. He really is just skinny Koto Shoho.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about him. Like, he doesn't do too well. He doesn't do too bad. He's up and down in Jurio, and it looks like he's going to start staying around now because he has gone positive in Jurio in top division for the first time. Which, hey, congratulations. I think that's a big deal.
A 9-6 last time got it for him, but
I believe so.
I mean,
but look, he comes from good stock. Yeah. Surprisingly, what's his stable again?
The stable is Sarugatage.
Sarugatage. They have an Ozeki and a Sekiwake and a top division guy. Yeah. They're currently the highest rated stable.
Yeah.
That matters.
It does. It absolutely does. And you never would expect it from Koto Shoho and Kotoeho. We'll get back to Koto Shoho, though.
Yes.
Up next, little guy. Guy that's sort of, at this point, salaryman level. Toki Hayate.
My least favorite of the under 6 foot team.
I agree. Yeah.
Struggled recently, I believe.
Not good. Not great.
Yeah. Didn't do too well. I think maybe a 5'10". I can't quite remember. I definitely should have done research for this. I'm considered an authority in this field. People trust me. That's kind of frightening to think about. But let's put that aside and talk about sumo. Toki Hayate should do better down here lower, but it's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not the most athletic. He's definitely an athlete, don't get me wrong, but in the scale of top division, he's not the most athletic. He doesn't have the most weight. He looks a little smaller, and he doesn't really have the tenacity, but he's still capable of some very impressive wins when he can.
Mm-hmm. I think it's more about the technique from him, but he's not a technician, right?
Not the most technically proficient, you're right. And like I'm saying, when it's obvious that there's people who are better than you, and you're lacking the body, Toki Hayate is going to struggle to improve from where he is.
Yeah, I definitely think that we've seen him hit his ceiling already.
He should definitely take the Chiyono Fuji route of do 4,000 push-ups and nothing else a day.
Agreed.
That is achievable naturally.
Up next, your absolute favorite wrestler in the division, Goose, at his, I believe, career high rank at M12 East, Shishi. Tell us about it.
Don't worry about it. We'll be okay. I don't. I'm hoping for him to go back to Jerry. He came off a 5'10" or something terrible,
No,
right?
he. I think he did. Did he do good? Let me.
Oh, 5'10" put him to where he was, and now he went positive again. Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shishi. All I need to say about Shishi is that when he does a good move once every 7 matches,
Nope.
people
6'9".
a 6 and 9. Yeah, he did not historically bad, but one of his worst performances in top division. When Shishi does a good move, people go, "Oh, look at that!" And then like other guys around him do a good move to win 6 matches in a row and don't get the same level of praise. I can't stand Shishi. He's an oaf. There is something to be said in his ridiculous balance. He does just stay upright. Sumo is balance, and that's how he gets a lot of his wins. And it flows from there. I don't like him, but I don't want to hate him.
It's very annoying because one of his strengths is in the scramble. He's good when there's no coordination or skill required for a win.
Yeah, for sure.
Up next, large wrestler, probably one of the largest in the sport next to our Yokozuna, Onosato. Not a guy that performs as well as we want him to or we've seen him do. Kinbozan.
Kinbozan. Kind of a disappointment these days.
Yep.
Kinbozan was in a 12-3 Yusho playoff at one point, and then we just don't know what happened to him. There was that one really scary time he smacked his head on the back of the concrete.
Yeah.
But that was like over a year ago, and we believe he's healed now. I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of him.
Nope. And honestly, I don't care enough to really pay attention.
I mean, I do because he's such a unique sumo body, right?
True.
That giant, that wide. He stands out to me, and we have that playoff situation, so I still care about him, but I'm really fading on that.
I will care about him when he does good.
For sure.
But the next guy I will care about until the end of time, M12 East, Ura.
Just like Tamawashi, but the vibes are so different. I'm happy he's here. I'm happy I get to watch him.
Yeah.
He's one of the few wrestlers where he was injured for the first time ever, and we missed him for like 4 days, and I felt that he was gone.
Yeah, for real.
Some guys is like, oh wait, where is Toga Hiyate? Because there's so much going on in sumo, right? But like Ura's like, where's the pink guy? So again, it's impossible to predict Ura matches. He has been doing more orthodox sumo recently, which is very confusing to watch.
Yeah.
But he has been a top division guy of Kisei which is a top division stable, multiple Sekitori over the years, multiple high level guys. It's Ura, man.
Yeah.
He should do well down here, but we don't know.
Exactly. Could go double digits in either direction. Up next, this is painful because it is a result of an injury and a pullout. Hakuno Fuji. Former Hakuoho.
Really starting to be a what if case.
Yeah.
11-4 on debut in a almost a playoff situation with Hoshari if he got the win, who was an Ozeki at the time, I believe. There's a lot of misconception around him about the shoulder injury. It wasn't injury, it was preventative surgery.
Yep.
He had already had one of the shoulders done before he got into sumo. And then the situation with Miyagano stable, and then more injuries, and just like he's been so close and fell back, and almost none of it's his fault, which is really sad. He is an Isahama good boy now, so that's incredible for him. I believe he's going to do 10 digits minimum down here.
I believe so.
Yeah.
It just really matters if he's hurt or not. If he's still hurt, rather. Up next, Asanoyama, former Ozeki, still making the climb.
Almost the exact same situation.
Almost exactly.
But on such a grander scale.
Absolutely.
You're looking at his Ozeki numbers back in the day. It's kind of hard to picture him being a Yokozuna off of that, even though Hakuho did say he's the next Yokozuna. Right. And then the landscape changed drastically. And just with like the broken knee and the torn bicep and getting older and older and being past his prime, he's still terrifying. But what was it, M10, Asanoyama going 8-7.
Yeah. It's not what you want. It's not what you expect. Certainly, it's not what he expected. He said himself at the start of the tournament that he was aiming for double digits. And I mean, a lot of guys say that, but it is what it is. Hey, yo, could you give me one?
Modella?
Yeah. Thanks, brother. Up next, we have Nishiki
Still going.
Fuji, so
Still
former
just
Juryo
having beer.
champion, one-time Juryo champion, one-time Junyusho winner. He's been cleaning up lately. He's been looking really, really good, strong. Not the
Damo Keith.
most exciting of wrestlers, not the most bombastic or technical, really, but he's one of those guys that just is sort of always there. Salaryman level for sure. One of those guys that is a Juryo guardian almost. If you can't beat Nishiki Fuji, you don't belong in top division. I think that's a fair thing to say. I don't know why I'm looking over there like he's still there. Up next, Abi, former Sekiwake, falling down and down and down. Injuries plaguing him. He's not able to get his style of sumo off. We're talking about Abi.
What about?
Well, that he's not able to do what he wants to do. Struggling to get that win, you know?
Yeah. Last time Abi was in M9, he went 12-3 Yusho. And hankered Takayasu for a playoff, and people have called him the devil ever since, which is very funny to me.
Yeah.
Because he beat Takayasu clean that same day.
Yep.
He beat Takakeisho clean that same day. That was one of the most well-deserved Yushos I've ever seen. Abi, pre-injury Abi at least, staying that sumo, should just run wild at this rank and pick up at least 10, but he's older, he's hurt. Mentally, you can understand he's clocked out because he has Yusho'd already and been Sekiwake, but he's also got the heart of a champion, so it's hard to predict where he's coming from.
No, that makes a lot of sense to me. This next one makes a lot of sense to me as well, and I'm very happy that this guy is climbing the ranks as he is. Asahakuryu. Asahakuryu. My bad.
Not having his face in front of me is going to do me in, especially with you getting the name wrong, because there's so many Asa somethings floating around these days.
Asahakuryu, Asanoyama rising up into the top division together. Since then, they've actually sort of stayed clumped together as they've rised up the Banzuke. Asahakuryu performing fairly well, not exciting, not bombastic or anything that I'm like paying attention to him specifically, but I don't lose interest in his matches either. Does that make sense?
No, definitely. I don't remember who he is. Because I'm thinking Asa Shoryu right now, and he's not Asa Koryu, who I love dearly. So what color belt does he have?
Blue? Dark blue?
Rings a bell. Yeah. No, he's definitely going to be one of these upper M10 guys for a while. Yeah. The way he does. He's got that Asa Koryu stable, just strength and ability about him. It should be pretty effective. So.
This next one makes so much sense to me, and honestly, I think this is where this guy belongs in rank. He's suffered terribly from getting over-promoted. Oshoma.
I don't know, man. One of the undisputed kings of just kind of here. He's never had a cool match. He's never been a threat to any Sekitori. Yeah. He really does just kind of float up and lose to Komasubis. Like...
Speaking of Komusubi, gets promoted 6 or 7 ranks above, goes 2-13, immediately dumped.
We saw that and we had no congratulations. We're like, you have had your time. We bless you and wish you a very merry 10 losses.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Now, this next one, very exciting. You were saying that you loved him just a second ago. Asa Koryu at his career.
Big fella.
Yeah. At his career high rank, M7 West.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Deserves it. It's going to be a test.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is a noticeable difference in the divisions above and below M10. Yeah. Because M10 is Juryo guys who are on their way up and Sekitori who are on their way out. M10 and below. M10 and above is career elites. Yep. Yeah.
The real ceiling question for him is he going to be able to break that barrier between M4 and above, getting into that Joy-Jin ranking?
Yeah, M7 is where you get to verse guys like Abi, who are Yusho winners, that are coming off a bad Basho and sitting in M9.
Yeah. It's not going to be good for him.
And there's a few of those guys floating around.
We're going to be excited to see his tenacity, though. He always He does big man sumo despite his frame.
He's 5'10". He's jacked. He's so much fun to watch.
Absolutely.
I love that we're getting Power Nuggets back in sumo.
Dude, it's so good. I'm so excited. Speaking of guys that I'm very excited for, and not a lot of people feel that same way about this guy, we have Chiyoshoma making his way up to M7.
Yeah, Chiyoshoma. Always happy to have Chiyoshoma around. Similar situation with Oshomo when he got to M5, and we were like, it's happening. It's over. It's happening. And then he went to M2, and now he's got one of the most confusing sumo data pages of all time, where it's like, oh, career high M2, and he's 34. This is one of the guys who hit his peak early and fell short. I'm like, no, that was like this year.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what? Why did he just do so good all of a sudden out of nowhere?
He's such a confusing guy. And he is the Henka master, and every time you say that, he does 10 clean sumo matches in a row, and it's like, what? And then he does the most beautiful clean Henka, lands right on the belt at the back one, and he's like, oh, that's what. Anyone who wants to Henka, genuinely watch from him, because I see so many times people Henka to the side, and it's like, okay, now you've just lost your own position. You didn't actually cut an angle on anyone. He goes around, and it's beautiful. So yeah, I'm always happy to watch Yoshoma do sumo. Good Ryuden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like it. I love it. That's a great way to put it. Guy that you probably don't know all that much about because he's only been in the top division for 1 or 2 tournaments at this point. Fuji Seiyun.
Correct. I wanted to prove you wrong, but I've got nothing to say about him. Is he a bit of a bondo?
Yeah, I mean, he's been...
Did he beat anyone noticeable?
I don't think I'm going to be able to see that.
Or remember.
This beat Asanoyama, Asakoryu, Tobizaru, Mitaki Yumi, Asahakuru, Chiyoshima, Roga, Oshoumi, Shodai, and Shishi.
Fuji Seiyun's picking up a resume, except that last one.
10-5.
10-5.
From M13.
This is going to be a test for him.
Juryo 1, 11-4, M13, 10-5.
This is going to be that moment where it's like, do you deserve to sit at the adults table? Let's find out.
Yep.
And I don't want to say no, because that was a pretty impressive run through the lower Magashira.
And we don't really know where his ceiling is quite yet. I think we're going to get a good idea of this this Basho.
Definitely. So I'm happy to watch some more Fuji Seiyun.
Up next, a guy that we both absolutely adore, Churanu Umi. M6 East.
4-11, here we go. Right off the back of an 11-4. Same as it ever was.
The more things stay the same, the more they're different.
Same as it ever was.
I love him. I do.
I love him to bits. He does pre-injury Takakeisho sumo.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Moving on, Shodai making a climb back up the Banzuke. M5 West, sorry.
M5 West, Shodai. He'll go negative.
Yeah.
He's the Lord of Chaos. He's a former Yusho winning Ozeki that will Yorikiri in M7. Chaos. That's the most predictable thing in all of sumo. I hate that. I didn't see any Lord of Chaos shirts at the sumo, which was fantastic because I was going to threaten them. But yeah, I don't get the Shodai I love. I never have. He's one of the worst Ozekis of all time. He was Kataban like 5 goddamn times.
Yeah.
Sometimes back to back. Well, you can't chain back to back, but you know what I mean. The Kataban positive, Kataban positive. So I got personal hatred of him, not him as a person, but just him as an entertainment aspect. Maybe he'll do well. Maybe he's got to climb back up to Sekitori. I doubt it.
Yep.
His glory days behind him.
Fully agree with that. And speaking of Sekitori who have their glory days behind them, we have Wakamoto Haru, M5 East, after a terrible performance.
Is that too harsh to say?
Could be.
He seems to be floating in and out. It's just he can be a Sanyaku wrestler. He just struggles to be a Sanyaku wrestler. Like, he has gone positive at Sekiwake.
Yeah.
And
for about a year straight.
Yeah. And the thing that separates a Sekiwake from an Ozeki is consistency.
Yeah.
He doesn't have consistency.
No.
He's dominant.
Yeah.
Arashio is a crazy stable.
Yeah.
But that's what separates the best from the best from the best.
Absolutely. Moving on. This makes absolute sense to me. Very happy 8-7 or 7-8 for you. Gonoyama at M4 West.
I was so impressed with him last Basho.
Right.
He finally figured out how crazy his Tachiai is.
Yeah.
If you can nullify it, you're in for the money. If you're Hosharyu, you're in the money.
Yeah.
He has really, really drilled a crazy powerful Tachiai. And I think we could see a Sanyaku level.
I could too.
Gonoyama.
Yep.
There's a lot that could go well. He looks good around the people around him. He's got a chance of beating everyone. Once he hits Ozeki, I think he's cooked.
Yeah.
So that's like, from Ozeki up, that's what, 1, 2, that's 5 guaranteed losses I can see from him. That's a potential 10-5.
Could be, yeah.
I think he's going guaranteed positive, though, if he's looking anything like he did last time.
Daisho.
Daisho.
M4?
I don't want to say his best days behind him, but it does kind of feel like it, man.
They are behind him.
Yeah.
We're not going to see Daisho climb back up to Sekiwake and then stay there for 4 years. That's done.
No. He's not going to go 9-6 at Sekiwake for a solid year again as well. He's got a Yusho. He's a lifelong Sekiwake. He'll be the stable owner when he retires. I love him to bits, but his absolute barn-burning sumo days don't seem to be behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Not a death sentence, though. He is M4. That's a great place to be. Just, you know.
Yeah.
I love him to bits. It's just that leg really did break on him.
Yeah. No, it really did. M3 is 2 wrestlers, and I look at both of these guys at M3, and it just clicks to me. Everything makes sense. It's total clarity. Oho and Hirudeumi.
Hmm?
Oho, M3.
Oho.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's where he belongs.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for him to go negative. He's still capable of going negative. It's also possible for him to pop off again as well.
Yep.
He was in a U-Show playoff once. Oho. There's so much. He is the actual Lord of Chaos because you just do not know how he's going to go in a match. He's one of the few people with a positive record over Yokozuna right now.
Yeah. Yeah, which is absolutely
M3.
Doesn't make sense.
I think it was 6-4 over Hoshoryu. I think it's changed recently. But yeah, that's the number I remember.
Hirudeumi, also at M3.
Robbed, deserved Sekiwake, win 10-5 at Konosuba. Hasn't been you pointed him out to me at M2, I believe?
M5.
M5?
The tournament before M2.
He's like, you got to look at this guy. And then he went 9-6. And then he goes up to Konosuba. He's like, holy dooly. All right, well, now he gets tested. And he goes positive. He goes 10-5 at Konosuba. He did his best career high round score at his career high rank. It's like, this is the guy. And then it's just been M5 plus ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, he is a powerhouse wrestler. Spiffy just released a video very, very recently, like a day or so ago.
Yeah, I saw the thumbnail. He picked the most egregious example for that. Cheating within the rules is okay. Depending on your interpretation, you get 1 free headbutt in boxing. There's a massive eye gouge scandal in UFC right now, but if the refs aren't going to penalize you for doing something, do it. You're there to win a fight.
Yep.
Outside of like proper sanctioned fighting, you know how you win a fight?
You win the fight.
By any means necessary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so if the rules don't say otherwise, then you can do that. If you are the guy who consistently likes to go down last, this is a risk you run.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, but the judge said, no, you're there to fight. So I don't care that Hirudeumi jumps the gun. If the ref doesn't call it, that's on you for going last.
Yep.
There's things you can do with a Tachi to upset your opponent's rhythm. You can make them mata, and then you go down first, and now it's up to them to be confused. There's games within games.
Yep.
Talking about Hirudeumi, though, by the way, having said all that, I didn't see Spiffy's video. I just saw the thumbnail.
It's been a busy weekend, man.
I just saw the thumbnail. I was like, shut up. Nothing against Spiffy. It's just that, okay, look, he is a Muay Thai judge, so he's definitely going to have like sports fairness opinions that I don't have because I'm a Muay Thai competitor. We are natural enemies. I just realized a lot about our entire professional relationship over the last 4 years in 3 seconds.
Oh, there you go.
Love you, Spiffy. Keep up the good work.
Up next, we have my personal...
I didn't actually talk about Hirudeumi at all. I love Hirudeumi. I think he can do well. I don't think he's ever going to pop off again.
Yeah.
He does have another random failed U-Show attempt in him, though, where he will lose in the playoff and be like, oh. But you know, it's Hirudeumi. He's great. He's so much fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. We also have, so my personal favorite wrestler at M2 West, Ichi Yamamoto, has been really cleaning up his game lately.
Oh, you big dog.
He's been diversifying his game lately. Previous years, we used to call him Abi Light, Walmart Abi, because he's got a similar sort of style. But since then, he has been growing, going different ways. He's been going for belt work a lot more lately. I'm very, very excited about this.
You love to see someone expanding their repertoire. Like Rick from Dallas Sumo Club, who's actually going for some very decent belt throws.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun to watch. You always love to see someone improve like that.
Absolutely. Up next, Yoshino Fuji, also at M2. Very, very close to that Sanyaku performance. How close do we think we are from seeing him?
He dropped off with an 8-7, I believe, right? Or 7-8?
7-8.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's one win away from an 8-7. that's really not that big a deal.
Nope.
To get tested like that at the Sanyaku, future's bright.
Yep. Yeah, no, for real. I mean, that was really the first time that we did see him get proper tested.
Yeah, he's got the sumo body of an Ozeki. Given a year or two, I think he can get up there. We'll never know for sure, but that does look like what it looks like. So just,
yeah,
I believe in him.
I believe.
Yeah, I believe in him. It's just a matter. It's like a Tommy Fuji. It's just a matter of time.
Agreed. Up next, a guy who personally I thought we had seen the last of his high-rise performances, Takanosho, M1 West.
No, I didn't. But that's because. So if you remember the Spiffy video where he made fun of me for Takanosho doing terribly when I said he'll get 10+ wins, he will once a year go double digits and look ridiculous and miss a U-show.
Yep.
It's so much fun to watch. And it happened again. And now he's just back off it. I wasn't wrong. I was early.
Fair enough. Now, this next one, I'm glad that he has maintained such a high rank, but...
Robbed.
Injury pullout this upcoming tournament really throws a lot of things in jeopardy for Fujinokawa.
Is he actually not competing?
I've heard that he's not.
Whatever, man. That shit sucks. I love him. Fujinokawa, 100% of that dude. The thing that he did that absolutely floored me was that I thought he was just full tilt Yorikiri gorilla. Charge in, crash, do as fast, hard sumo as possible. He legitimately tricked and outplayed Hosharu and Onosato back-to-back with strategy. Control the wrist, not Owa, get out of the way at the right time. It's the first time I've ever seen him move backwards on purpose.
Yeah.
That showed me there actually is intent and fight IQ and smarts and coaching and strategy behind all that ballistics. And I was so hype. And then he went 8-7 at his career high rank. And I was like, give that man Komusubi. I'm biased. You know this. And robbed. But I also don't know what I'm talking about. We don't compete against the Banzuke because that shit is for nerds.
Nerds.
So, yeah. We'll see what happens with the injury.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he's pulled out for sure, it might be pretty bad. And I've said this before. It was a matter of time.
Yeah. I mean, that style of sumo with that frame, that amount of weight behind him.
He was 20.
Yeah.
He's not like me where I have to warm up for 20 minutes before training, okay? He can wake up out of bed and win a sumo match and go back. Those days go behind you pretty quick.
Yeah. Especially when you have a neck injury like is potentially reported for Fujinokawa. But we're just going to move on to our Sanyaku, our elite of the elite.
It's a pretty tough looking Sanyaku right now.
It is looking tough. That is absolutely right. Opening up Komusubi West, Takayasu.
Yep. Got lucky.
Yep.
Went 6-9 at Sekiwake, I believe.
Yeah, Sekiwake 1 East.
Yeah.
So falling 3 ranks makes total sense to me.
Got saved.
Yeah.
Got saved. Can't deny it.
Makes
12
sense.
years at the Sanyaku, absolutely elite. But Komusubi, if his back's good, he'll be good. That's all I have to say. We know he's good.
Mm-hmm.
Injury is the only thing holding him back.
Wakataka Kage, back at Komusubi. Yeah.
My boy, he belongs here.
He belongs here.
What else can I say? I wish him a very merry 9-6.
Yep. I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say.
Yeah, he looks very healed up from his injuries. He looks fine. He looks tough. He was doing great last time. Welcome back.
I don't have anything else to add to that.
He's the Hall of Fame just kind of here. Compliment.
Yep.
Where he's like, wow, look at that. You did what you've been doing for 5 years. That's crazy. Everyone that said he had an Ozeki run, no. And that's not an insult. He's like, I know he's not Ozeki good. He's Sekiwake good.
Yep. Speaking of Sekiwake, we have 2 new guys to Sekiwake this time. We have former Yusho winner, Koto Shoho, rising up high again.
I don't know. His first U-show annoyed the hell out of me. What do you mean we had 2 Ozekis and a random M13 just pulls it off?
Yeah. What's going on here? Why are you doing that?
I don't. He's good, but so often he's mediocre. And then it's like, oh, well, my brother's this, so I had to try. You had that in you the whole time? I hate that shit. But that's a whole other fight philosophy that we don't have to get into now.
Tommy Fuji
Long
is
time coming.
our long time coming. Young guy, a lot of career ahead of him. He has plenty of time in the top division to develop, even still at this high of a rank. Sekiwake East, a Tommy Fuji. Long time coming, you're absolutely right. Debut goes 4-11, comes back after a couple of more tournaments in Jurio, goes 11-4 a couple of times in a row. Absolutely brilliant work. Absolutely fantastic.
Tommy Fuji first showed up, I think, 3 years ago this right now, and Neil from the old show Chanko told me this is the guy you have to watch out for because he is huge. He's like 200 kilos these days, I think. And he was young. I think he was 19 at the time when he made top division. And I'm like, all right, let me take a look at this guy because he's Iseka Hama back when they had a Yokozuna and 7 top division guys. And it's like, this guy really is going to be one of the next big things. And he went 4-11 and then spent 3 Basho in jury after that. I was like, Neil, what do you mean? And then he came back and it was a pretty impressive climb and then a slow and steady. He was stuck at M1 for a while, really trying hard to crack through.
Not a while, a year.
Really trying hard to crack through that and just couldn't. And then finally he's figured it out. He doesn't look nervous or awkward anymore. I think the whole like brat side of him where he doesn't listen to coaching and thinks, well, I'm big and I'll win. Why do I need a coach? He's kind of put that beside because he's doing sumo he didn't used to do. He's looking tough. He's looking fierce. And I think we could get an Ozeki run this year.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could absolutely. If not this year, soon.
Long time coming. Well-deserved. Huge, strong Iseka Hama. I'm really happy that he's here.
Yep. No, I don't have anything else to add to that, so we're just going to move on to our Ozeki. Now, this one's a little tough. Aonishiki getting a 7-8 going Kadoban for the first time.
Haha. I don't know. Be better. Oh, well, he's injured. Terunofuji had to drain fluid from his knees, was wrapped up like a failing forward focus, and you showed anyway. Like, I don't care that he was hurt. Everyone that does sumo was hurt. Oh, but his little foot's... Do you see how dominant he beat Kirishima? He didn't look that hurt then. You figure it out. It's like, oh, what could have been? No, like I said, and I'll keep saying, you people got way too excited over some 12-3s. They're not real U shows. Not that being said, I don't hate Aonishiki. It's just I don't think he has a Yokozuna run this year.
Right.
And some of those matches didn't look like they were because of injury. Everyone kind of understands. Oh, we can actually demonstrate sumo right now.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of understands that if you break posture on Aonishiki like this, he will go for the head throw. And if you can just get underneath it, you've countered him. That's a desperation move at the end.
Yep.
You can actually demonstrate sumo. That's crazy.
I'm Stunto.
Yeah, that happened. I saw him get he picked up, who was it? He beat Kirishima and Hosharyu like that. And then it was Yoshino Fuji that actually got under it. And that was 2 Basho ago. And then this time, there was 3 or 4 times where it didn't work. And if you can get him upright and break his posture, because here's where he's at his absolute strongest.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly that he's been figured out, because you can't figure out everyone. But given enough exposure, you can learn tendencies and you can learn strategy.
Makes sense to me.
I think he's going to go 10 plus digits again.
Probably.
I think he's recovered, he's good, and he's just going to go wild.
I agree. Moving on, we have our next wrestler, Ozeki wrestler. Looking good again. Kotozakura. He's looking strong.
Yeah, he was going crazy.
Yeah.
He almost got 10 plus a while ago before that knee injury. He ended up ending on an 9-5. N and 5? What the hell? Yeah, he went 9-5-1. He almost got 10 digits a while ago. He was looking good then. And I think it's just sometimes his knees are good, sometimes his knees are bad. I don't think they'll ever be fully recovered because he really just does need to go get that surgery.
Yeah.
He's doing sumo and peg legs, but he's looking good, man. And I reckon he's going to do real good again. Fierce Kotozakura is back.
Moving on, we've only got a couple of guys left to talk about.
You did ignore Kirishima.
I did ignore Kirishima.
Kirishima, the Yokozuna run starts now.
Yeah.
He's looking like Kiribayama again. Kakuryu has proven himself as a coach. There was a lot of moving stable, moving training partners, moving structure and strategy. He's solved these problems. He's figured it out. He's really back to where he used to be. I'm looking forward to it.
No, I agree. And we said it as well. When he fell out of Ozeki the first time, it's not like he fell down below Maegashira or into the middle Maegashira ranks. The lowest he fell was M2.
Yeah. Yeah, he really wasn't that. He never left the Joey-chan.
100%.
Or whatever that thing's properly called.
Cool. So,
Yeah.
sorry for missing Kirishima. Now we're going on to the Yokozuna. Ono Sato pulled out last tournament. Makes total sense to me. I think that was the right call.
Had an injury where coming from a almost Yori to Oshi falls, lands elbow first, fractures up into his shoulder. Some sort of dislocation, tear type thing. The details aren't clear on that, but it's a noticeable when he's like 180 kilos and lands shoulder first like that, it's done some damage. He didn't look good 2 basho ago. He pulled out last basho. I would take another basho off.
I would as well.
Yeah, but again, the thing about sumo is that we never get given the details of injury. He could come back and Yusho again.
He could. Yeah, he could be totally fine.
Yeah. So, if he's healthy, Yusho, John Yusho guaranteed. If he's not healthy, don't show up.
I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he really is that good.
Yep. Hoshoryu. Our Ozeki turned Yokozuna.
People are getting mad at me for this, but Hikaku was right. Hikaku has 8 Yushos.
Mm-hmm.
When he sits there and says Hoshoryu is an embarrassing Yokozuna, that comes from a place of elevated authority.
Right. It's not just some guy.
He's literally a better Yokozuna than Hoshoryu. Like, and like to go further into that, like, what do you mean sumo has sold out every day of every year for the first time in 20 years? Attendance is up, entries are up, record-breaking profits, the international Jungyos are back.
Yep.
That is Hikaku.
Yep.
But everyone will turn around and say Hikaku sucks, he doesn't know what he's doing, even though we're starting to enter financially at least sumo golden year.
Yeah.
That being said, I just needed to get that off my chest. You people literally are fucking wrong about Hikaku. Just because he's mean to a wrestler that he's literally better than by 7 Yushos. I'll be yelling about this all basho. Anyway, Hikaku's great. He is mean. That's fair. Hoshoryu, on the other hand, I don't know. Like, even though he can't Yusho as a Yokozuna yet, and I do say that truthfully, every time he does lose, it defines the Yusho. He lost to Kirishima, it gave him the Yusho. He loses to Onosato in the playoff, it gives him the Yusho. He loses to Aonishiki, it gives him the Yusho. If Hoshoryu loses, it decides the Yusho. He really has been one match away from Yushoing every single basho, except for those random 10-5s that snuck up there.
Yeah.
It really is a matter of when, not if, to me.
Agreed. Fully agreed.
But what do you see happening with him in this basho?
Well, I mean, so this basho, at the very least, I mean, so we talked previously about how, so Kachikoshi for wrestlers is 8 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Kachikoshi for Ozeki is at least 10.
Mm-hmm.
Kachikoshi for Yokozuna is Junyusho.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair to Hoshoryu, that's what he's been doing since making Yokozuna.
Yeah.
So
he's always in the picture. He always gets around 12 wins.
Yeah.
If he has a bad one, it's 10 wins.
Yeah.
And 10 wins at Yokozuna when you exclusively fight the Sanyaku, that's a good
really
place
good.
to be.
It's really good. But you're right. I think it's a matter of when, not if. I definitely think. I mean, it's not like he hasn't already won a Yusho before. He's done it before. He can do it again.
Yeah. He's been up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Banzuke. I'm looking forward to this one. It's gonna be great. Who do you think wins it?
If Onosato's in,
Same answer.
that's all I got.
That's it.
That's it.
I can't pick a dark horse.
Nope.
Potentially Kirishima.
Yeah.
Onosato if he's healthy.
Agreed.
All right. How do we turn this shit off?
I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna get him.
How do I turn this shit off?
Hey!
Yo, can I smudge the lens? Would he be mad at that?
Hey!
How do I
Turn
do
off the
that?
camera. Come here.
I just realized I haven't checked audio or visuals at all. I just put full faith in you guys. Turn the shit off, Michael.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
We're done. How long were we going for?